Welcome to a very special video indeed, because today I have travelled an hour away. We've gone on a mini adventure in my Mark IV Golf GTI 1.8T, and today we're doing a YouTube collaboration. So in a minute you're going to join me and Mr. Kitch from the UPnDOWN YouTube channel. Now, as you might be able to see in the background, he is a French car fan, and we are here today most importantly to stick my 1.8T GTI Golf on Mr. Kitch's rolling road, because this does have the 180 horsepower AUQ engine. This car is actually a 2003, so this car is quite old by now, and we want to see how much this car is actually producing on the rolling road. So that's what we're going to find out today. How much power has the car lost? Currently still a very standard Golf GTI. This is going to make for a very interesting, exciting video, but it could also be nerve-wracking if the Golf blows up on the dyno, aka rolling road. So hopefully it doesn't happen and I get my car back in one piece. Anyway, let's introduce to you Mr. Kitch, and let's get this car on the rolling road, and let's see what happens, and hopefully I get my car back in one piece. Right, so here I am with Mr. Kitch, and so day by day you are a mechanic. This is your work unit, the unit you work out of. You also have a rolling road in your unit because it's part of your job. However, because you're also a YouTuber, you like to do silly things on your rolling road.
That's all I do with it now, to be honest, just for fun.
Make videos out of it.
Yeah, pretty much. Can
you tell us some of the stuff you've done with your rolling road? You like to do experiments, don't you, really?
Yeah, I'm not really into like the real high power cars.
Yeah.
That, you know, trying to get maximum power out of cars. And that's not interesting. I'm more interested in seeing, like, if I run this car with an air filter and then take the air filter off, what difference does it make?
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
And also I like to stick cars on there that you wouldn't normally. I mean, I put a 2CV on it, a Trabant.
Cars that just shouldn't go on it.
Yeah, the Trabant did well. It did more than it's supposed to.
Yeah.
So yeah, that happens. I'm enjoying dispelling myths. Like, people think like high mileage loses you power.
Yeah.
And I've had a Picasso go on with 500,000 miles on it.
Yeah.
And it had lost 3.
Yeah.
3 horsepower. So it's just good for proving myths wrong, really.
Yeah.
And just experimenting, and I'm going to try putting, running one car on super unleaded and then sticking octane boosters in it.
There's loads you can do with it, and you're finding that out.
If you had limitless time,
yeah,
there's so much you just sitting in bed one night and you go, oh,
stick that on.
Yeah, stuff like that. And the reality is, I mean, I had an MG ZS. You're younger, your viewers are probably too young to remember those. MG ZS 180.
Yeah.
It was V6, 180 horsepower, and I ran it 23 times consecutively, doing all sorts of different things on it. And do you know the only thing that actually made a real difference to power?
What's that?
Turning the aircon off.
Really?
Yeah, it's about 2 horsepower.
Yeah,
everything else, air filter, cone filter, panel filter, standard filter. Yeah, no difference.
Yeah.
Turn the aircon off, and it made about 2. That was it. So it varies from car to car, but no, all I do now is just run it for people on YouTube for fun.
Yeah. So we're both going to do videos today. Obviously, I've got my 180 turbo, which should be 180 horsepower for factory.
Well, we're kind of intrigued by this one, aren't we?
Yeah,
we're very intrigued.
Yeah, we're trying to find things out about it as we go. So
yeah, all the people in your comments say it's supposed to be 150,
but it's not,
because it's not an anniversary.
No, yeah,
it just looks like one.
Yeah,
but your code and your engine look like they're the 180.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I'm actually interested now. Yeah.
Thanks for having me today, and let's get it on the rolling road, see what happens, basically, and hopefully don't blow up.
Yeah.
It'll make for great content.
You'll have to push it to the end, because they won't get the truck in there.
Yeah. So when Kitch got this contraption out, I had to ask him what it was, and apparently he built this contraption, I'm going to call it. So this basically fits over the top of the wishbones and pulls the wheels into the dyno more, so just makes the car sit on the dyno a bit more securely. Now, I never actually got to see the GTI in person on the dyno, because Kitch sent me off to a local Costa Coffee so I could leave him with the car on the dyno. I could leave him to do his side of the filming. When I returned, he then told me the results of the car on the dyno, and it was kind of recommended we didn't get the car on a dyno just for my eyes to see in person. So these clips were the first time that I basically saw the Golf, and now you guys can see the Golf on the dyno as well, so let's do it.
shout out to this really cute cat.
Right, so Kitch, you sent me away to a local Costa Coffee. You've just told me the power. So this car obviously should be producing 180 horsepower because it's got the plaque to prove it, basically.
Yeah, it's got the AUQ badge.
So it was kind of like good and bad news.
Yeah.
So yeah, tell the people what the most it's.
So it's not a 150. It is a 180. Genuinely.
You can confirm that.
It's supposed to be a 180.
Yeah, unfortunately.
So really, it should be a 167 because that's the best it made.
Yeah. So
it's not bad. It's not. There's nothing serious. It's just something on it is not quite right. No, it's dying off. It's up to about 3,000, 3.5. It's kind of where it's meant to be.
Mm-hmm.
After 3.5, it all goes a bit belly up.
Yeah.
It's probably just like an airflow meter.
Overfueling, possibly. You said like that sort of.
I mean that can cause overfueling.
Yeah.
Boost leak can cause overfueling. Injectors.
No, we won't go down that route. We'll just say like
they're quite easy on these. It's diesels you've got to worry about there. But I don't know. I mean, people. There'll be people. I don't know much about those.
Yeah,
engines,
me neither. Yeah.
The 20 valve turbo. There'll be people watching your video. Probably know
hopefully
more about
a
them
VW Goon. Yeah.
Yeah. So they'll say, oh yeah, there's a load of common things you've got to check. Boost solenoids, another one.
Yeah.
Electronic boost solenoids on Focus STs. They're renowned for doing that sort of thing. Yeah. They
hopefully, something kind of minor.
I don't think there'll be anything major.
But something stopping it from the top end power.
Yeah, it is. I mean, we've done a bit more research this morning, didn't we? Because you threw it on me because I thought this was a genuine anniversary.
Yeah, I should have just said that. Yeah.
Well, I thought it was.
Yeah.
It shows how much I know about golf. And then we've done some research, and that engine, I'm 100% confident. It's got the electronic fly-by-wire throttle. That's what AUQs have. Got a 6-speed box.
Yeah.
If that's not an AUQ, someone's gone to a lot of trouble to make it look like one.
Yeah.
So, and it's got a sticker which looks factory. So.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So we found out a good couple of things today. We found out.
I found out some things.
Yeah, maybe not good. So it should be 180.
You've won one, but you've lost the other.
Yeah, it should be 180, but it's a bit broken. We'll kind of roll with that.
It's not. I say it's not serious.
No, but if I hadn't have taken it here today, we wouldn't have known the power.
No.
And also, I wouldn't have known it's a little bit unhealthy. And obviously, I want to make it healthy.
And that's the main thing. A lot of people think that rolling roads
just to see how quick the car is.
Yeah, they think it's just for going into the pub and having like pub talk.
Yeah,
it's not. It's to kind of benchmark it on paper. You can actually see
literally
how healthy your engine is.
Exactly. So I found out today.
I find doing it for just standard cooking cars. Like I've dynoed. I've got a 106 1.1.
Yeah.
And I dynoed that on it to make sure it's healthy. Because if it's not hitting what it's supposed to do, it's a clue. You've got a problem.
Yeah.
You might not know it on the road because how are you going to know?
Yeah.
Unless you go and drive another one that's perfect back to back with it.
Yeah.
So
I'm going to put the rare stamp on it now. You've made it rare.
It's got to be, hasn't it? I'm really intrigued to know. I'm hoping someone in your comments or in mine.
Well, we said maybe an import, but we don't know. Well, I don't know.
I only thought that because
it's a bit weird for combination.
I put the reg into the system to see because my invoicing system tells me what power it should have.
Yeah.
So I put the reg in thinking it will tell me or it'll give me the engine number because that'll have the AUQ code on as well. And half the details are missing. Like it's got no maker. It just says it's a Golf.
Weird, isn't it?
2003. Everything's missing off it, and that only tends to happen on imported cars. So I don't know.
Very strange. I'm going to have to do some digging, and I now have to give it a little fix or something. But
we give you something to do.
Literally, spend some money.
You said you've got a top on.
Plug it in.
Plug in.
I will do. Look at the readings you said.
Look at the readings. Look at the live data. It can tell you what the airflow meter. I keep saying airflow meter. Mass airflow sensor tells you what that's showing.
The
boost solenoids, everything like that. It might not give you a code because it's not failed. It's just not quite where it's meant to be. But otherwise, I don't think there's anything major.
No.
I don't care if it is. It's not my car.
No, I do care. So thanks for putting the problem on me. Thanks for today. Obviously, like I say, we now know the power. We now know it's a little bit unhealthy. And I think we'll do some more videos. We've got a couple of other cars in the family. You might. I'm intrigued. Get your hands on. Yes. I don't know if we should say.
You piqued my interest with some of those.
So I think we'll do some more stuff together in the future for sure. Thanks, Kitch, and obviously check out his channel because you've done obviously a video. Yours would be way more detailed than mine.
I'd be more
so
nerdy.
Do go and check out.
Be a lot more nerdy. And, with more bad humour, but
so do go and check it out and laugh at it.
You'll go onto the YouTubers Wall of Fame.
Oh yeah, you said I will.
I'll go back on the wall. There's like a Top Gear leaderboard.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
You'll be on there somewhere.
Oh, nice one.
Actually, you'll be near the top.
Yeah, which is I'm short, so it's quite nice to be near the top.
I think you're going to be in third. I think that's actually the third highest car.
So we've got some more good news. Cheers.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Well, thanks guys, thanks Kitch, and see you in another video. Nice one, that's brilliant.